Well, what's up, and welcome back to Cleats to What's a Podcast. I am Brad Valdez.
I am Kevin Watson.
And man, this is the Pick Six show, week 5, Coach.
Woo, rolling.
It's rolling,
It's
too.
rolling right along. Better than we are on our picks.
Yeah. I am 15-13, Coach. You're even.
14-14, right?
Yeah, 500.
Yeah, that's not good.
Let's go, man.
I really thought I'd be smashing you by now, to be honest with you. I'm talking shit.
I know you are. Hey, you're the one going to be out there holding a sign right there.
I'll do it. If I lose, I will do it.
So yeah, man, this is week 5 of the Pick Six. It's just me and the big fella here. Man, Dakota had to work, so he is, work comes first, man. This is just for
we got his picks.
This is for fun, right?
We'll tell you what his picks are.
There you go.
He's not getting off that easy. He's still picking. Just because you're not here don't mean you ain't picking.
Exactly. But yeah, we do have some special guest pickers coming up pretty soon.
We do.
I'm
going to hold off on that because you just never know what'll happen.
Yeah, you never know. But we're going to have the ROC. CJ Ewing's going to be on pretty soon, so that's when we can drop a little bit on the bye week for DOS. So we've got some good stuff planned.
I'm going to keep mine on the DL until it gets a little closer.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, we are trying to do some different things with trying to bring people into the live. Of course, we are possibly doing a live stream Pick Six, so we're just trying to work things out, man. We're just,
We're just men of the people, just trying to keep everybody happy.
We're just grinders out here, Coach. We're just grinders. But, yeah, that's basically just the podcast, a housekeeping update. Also, do you just want to just get into this and give our game recap breakdown and why we didn't get out to
go ahead.
To Scott? Okay,
I think you would hit that a little better.
So basically what we did, we had the game recap, or we always go to the game of the week. We actually didn't go out there this week just because of the weather situation.
Scott County hosting Boyle County. It's really iffy in the weather.
The forecast was just possibility of rain. We do have a tent, but man, I have this. I got so much money invested in this. I didn't want to take a chance to go out there and ruin it.
I talked to both coaches, and they were okay. They were okay with it, and they understood. So it's not like anybody was mad at us or we were letting the people down. I mean, we're still going to do a recap.
Yeah, we're still going to do a recap, but it gave us an opportunity to possibly get out and see other teams. Though when we did know that it was actually going to be no rain, possible, you know what I mean, at all.
Right. And my wife and I went to the Atherton DeSales game, and just as fans, just to see what it was all about, and we'll touch on that a little bit after we do the recap.
And I went to Seneca at WEB Du Bois, but it was at Moore High School. What a beautiful stadium they got right now, man.
Hey, no more. They no more. KNOW, no more.
Man, that was a beautiful stadium.
And they're all going to be. I'm trying to find this. Go ahead, I'm listening. I'm trying to find the score.
But the game recap, basically the game of the week, it went the way we thought it was going to go. Scott County actually kept it really, really, really tight for that first half.
Yes, and then Boyle pulls away. It was 56-26. Boyle's a machine.
Man,
if anybody wants to argue, Boyle is the best team in the state. I don't care what class they're in. I don't care. They are the best, and I don't even think there's a close second, to be honest with you. I may upset some people by saying that, but
look, you got all the 6A teams though.
I don't care.
You think they can just blow them out, or do you think there's all going to be tight
they would
games?
Blow them out. I'm just saying, Boyle County's the best team in the state, regardless of class.
I would agree with that, but then you got your Males, you got your Trinities, you got your Frederick Douglass.
I don't care.
Woohoo! That's a big statement by the big boy.
I don't care. And they've been the best team in the state for 4 years in a row.
Yeah,
they're going for number 5.
Yeah, going for 5, man.
And they're standing on business. They're standing on business is what their moniker is this year.
Yes, and you know what? Those videos, if you haven't seen go follow Boyle County on X, man.
They've got a really good
series.
I don't know what you call it.
I don't know if it's like a docu-series.
It's almost like a docu-series. They've got a real good department, and they're doing a great job. Their videos are
phenomenal.
Get me fired up.
Get you juiced up, man.
They're the best team in the state.
Best team in the state. But, yeah, that's basically –
And I don't think anybody – I think a lot of these 6A teams would agree, too, that nobody wants to play Boyle. Especially
You're
at
right.
Especially at Boyle.
At Boyle.
That's a different world.
And just taking that bus trip down there, you know what I mean? That's a pretty long trip, man. Hour and a half from the city.
But you know what? They're the best team in the state.
Best team in the state. Yes.
So they won 56-26. And like you said, it was close. Scott County really played them tough. And I actually talked to Coach McKee after we kind of touched base just to see how things are going. He said he was much happier with the effort, much happier with they're getting some dudes back that have been injured. He's not an excuse guy, so he's not going to throw that out there. I will, because they've got a lot of guys hurt that are starting to come back. And I think district time, I think they're going to have a full complement. I think things could really turn around for Scott County when they hit district play.
Yeah, there you go. And then, like you said, you went and checked out your alumni, man. Go ahead and talk about them a little bit.
Atherton-Doss game. Atherton, we talked about it. Atherton should have won that game, and they did. Doss shot themselves in the foot a lot of dumb. And Coach Mandeville and I talk every Saturday morning. We talk, and he agreed when I told him, you killed yourself. They had dumb penalties. They had dumb fumbles. They had a punt, and the ball was rolled to the punter, and the punter didn't even bend over to pick the ball up. So Atherton gets it on the 20. You give them a short field, they're going to score.
Yeah.
So just mental things. Atherton's ahead of them mentally right now because they've been there, done that. Last year really helped Atherton. But they're better than Doss right now, and it showed. They're deeper than Doss, and it showed. Doss has got a lot of kids going both ways, and it showed. And I told Paul, I said, you played better. Just keep the train rolling. Just keep going. You're going in the right direction. Sometimes a loss is not a bad thing.
Well, that and it's the culture change that he's doing there. It's just
he had some dudes that had some bills to pay this week in practice, and they paid them. They didn't complain. They paid them. I'm not going to say any names, but I know who it was. Mm-hmm. We talked about it on Saturday. What needed to be done, and he did it, and the kids accepted it, paid their bills. That's a culture change. Before, the kids would have just walked off and got back on the bus and left.
Yep. That's what it is.
It's changing.
It's changing
slowly but surely.
Yeah, and
you give Paul 2 more years. Could be next year, with the right bodies in there.
Yes,
he's got to get some dudes. You give him 2 more years. I'm telling you. Doss will be competing for that district. They may even this year compete for the district. I told him, I don't care what your record is. You win that district, you host 2 playoff games at home.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Huge.
Coming second, you guaranteed to host at least 1. That's huge.
That's huge.
So he knows what's in front of him. He's telling the kids what's in front of him. Paul's not a dummy.
Yeah.
Paul knows what's in front of him. We talk about it every Saturday. I'm kind of mentoring him. I don't know if he really wanted it, but I'm giving it to him. It seems like he wants it, you know. We talk, have good conversations, and ask my advice, and I give it. And he knows what he's got to do. And if he don't know, I'm going to tell him what he's got to do. I've been there. I've done it.
Yep.
You know, I'm not bragging, but we went through that at Fairdale. We went through a culture change. And so I know what it takes. I don't want to take over his program or nothing like that, but I know what it takes. He's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree.
Get him a couple more dudes where they can do best. The thing is, you got to have best on best in practice. The only way you're going to get better is have your ones on offense versus your ones on defense.
Yep.
That's what Atherton's doing, and it makes them better.
Yeah.
Doss can't afford to do that right now. They'll get there.
Yeah, there you go. And I went and seen, like I said earlier, I went to see, I really wanted to see Seneca. Yeah. I hold WEB just in a higher standard just because of Coach Durant, you know. Right. Well, Coach Davidson, you know what I mean? I'm going to start holding him a little bit more.
Hey, that dude's been hitting me up because I keep picking against him.
I'm going to tell you, man, I went with them because I thought they could upset, in my eyes, a WEB Du Bois team.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. Those dudes, they have the X and the Z. They could jump ball with anybody in the city. Those dudes go up, get the ball. The QB, he's kind of raw. You know what I mean? He's young.
But I didn't go to that game, but I will guarantee you what's their problem. I'll guarantee it. It's offensive line. They don't have enough dudes on the offensive line. It's every JCPS team's problem.
Yeah.
They don't have enough dudes on the offensive line to keep the quarterback clean.
You know, they were gritty, though.
Yeah.
They're a gritty bunch.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And now
I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying they don't have enough of those dudes.
You're right about that. But the QB, he can hurt you with his feet.
Absolutely.
So if it busted, a busted play, he's gonna escape out the back. So you gotta keep him, in that box.
And Kenny's not a dummy. Kenny came from South Warren, so
exactly.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, just by osmosis, he learned some of that stuff. And a mobile quarterback puts you this much ahead of anybody.
And just like Dawes, you know what I mean? They're going to have them dumb penalties. You know what I mean? They're going to have the holding. But I love the holding calls because, it was a receiver. He was getting it. He was getting gritty. He was getting grind. He was grimy. He was just being nasty out there. Yeah. And I love when a receiver blocks downfield.
Oh, there's some penalties you live with.
Yeah.
A receiver blocking downfield, hustling is one you can live with.
Yeah, and it was a hold, you know what I mean? But the effort that they were actually
holding every play.
Yeah, they were, it was just gritty. But they had one kid, man, Darion Spencer. This kid, when they needed a big play on defense, it seemed like he was always the one that was there. It was he just clicked. Really, really surprised about that young man.
We didn't interview him?
No, I don't think so.
That name sounds familiar.
I know it does. But yeah, man,
I wonder if he's a transfer.
I was just excited about seeing that game, just to see if he, like I said, if they could upset WEB.
Sounded like it was a great game.
It was a good game. It was 12-6, I think, the final.
Seneca's had a couple games that could have won, could have lost. They've lost them.
Yeah.
But they finally won one that they, you know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, they're 2-2. Yeah. So, congrats on that huge win for Coach Davidson, man. It was just awesome. I hit him up on Sunday, man, and said, hey, that was a great win, and he's like, man, we're grinding. And you can tell they're out there, you know what I mean? They're just like Doss. You know what I mean? They're grinders. They're trying to get better. They're, like we always say, 1% better every day, and trying not to get away, trying to get away from them stupid mistakes.
They're right there.
They're right there, man. Yeah. But,
there's 6 or 7 of those teams around that are right there.
That's what I said. Like, in the state of Kentucky, there's so much good ball going on right now.
Well, that's why nobody wants to play Louisville teams in the playoffs, because they can out-athlete you, and just everything clicks one game, they'll beat you.
It's crazy, man. There's some really good ball going on.
It's like Valley. Look at the crap that Valley's doing right now. I mean, good Lord.
So, yeah, that was the game recap, and that was just touching base on some of these teams that we went and seen. And, man, we're going to get to the attaboy. And I got one attaboy.
Okay. Michael
Powell Jr. from Owen County.
That's exactly where I was.
Where are you going to?
Absolutely.
7 touchdowns, Coach. Attaboy, man. What a stud, dude. And you know what? This goes to him because he's been out there great. He was, like I told you last year, he hurt his collarbone. So this is his really first true big season that he's doing it.
And he's a grinder.
Yeah.
We've been communicating a little bit on Twitter. We've been talking back and forth. He's a grinder.
Yeah.
And he's all about the grind because he missed last year.
Yep.
He's got something to prove.
He's got something to prove.
He shut us the hell up. And that Eminence game, I mean, more power to you.
Yeah.
My attaboy is to the whole team, Powell County.
Yeah.
They come out and I never expected them to be, 3-1?
You just said Powell County. It's
Owen
County.
Michael Powell, I'm sorry. Owen County, Michael Powell.
He said Powell County.
It might as well be Powell County because the numbers he's putting up, they're going to name the county after him. But
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some teams out there that have shocked us, and Owen County is one of them.
Oh, but there's another attaboy, too.
Go ahead, because that was my attaboy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Jaden Corum from OC, almost 400 yards of offense just by himself.
We're going to touch on that game later, but that's going to be a huge game this week.
Wait till that's going to be nasty. But that's my other attaboy, man.
That's a good one, too.
That was a phenomenal effort, man, by him. And were you kind of shocked by that a little bit?
Nothing shocks me anymore, but no.
I was shocked. They went into Collins. They went into Collins and handled him.
Collins is a roller coaster, man. I mean, Cade is one of the better quarterbacks in the state, but it's a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah,
If you get a defensive front that can keep him from rushing and using his feet, it kind of throws a monkey wrench in what they want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Collins is going to be a roller coaster ride all year. Collins and Spencer County are kind of the same.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
They're totally opposite. Don't get me
No,
wrong.
yeah.
But they're the same as far as the highs and the
Yes,
lows. If Spencer County's rolling, they're rolling. If Collins is rolling, they're rolling. If they're not, they're not. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right.
I love Cade. Cade, trust me. When Cade's a senior,
watch out.
Watch out.
Well, watch out. But, yeah, that was the attaboy, man. Yeah. We had 2 good attaboys.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Chopper's not here.
I guess we need to start talking about these things before the game, before we get out here.
Yeah, I know. But, listen, the first game we got, and that is Valley at DeSales.
So DeSales won this game 45-13 last year. Valley's, they've just been so bad for so long. They run those funky offenses that
yeah.
We played them. They had 11 guys on the line. I mean, in the box. It was crazy. But they're putting up some numbers this year. Valley is just, they're like a video game.
Yeah, they're averaging over 40 points a game.
I mean, wow. I mean, DeSales is, we know their struggles they've had. They've had some injuries, but I think the competition level that DeSales has played, Valley's schedule is just, I mean, they don't play anybody.
No.
Let's be honest.
And that's why I said, you know what I mean? If you look on KHSAA, you know what I mean? Their quarterback's number 1, their receivers number 1, but they're inflated numbers. So
their
you could
RPI,
question.
They're like 24 or 5. So that ought to show you.
Right.
They haven't really played anybody, and they won't. Their schedule. Don't be surprised if Valley wins 7 or 8 games this year. I mean, hadn't happened in a long time.
But
but
you got to play. You got to play your schedule. You know what I mean?
That's right. You got to dance with the girl or brung in.
Exactly.
Everybody always used to get on us at Fairdale because we didn't play anybody. Well, we played who was on the schedule.
Yep.
Same with Valley. They're playing who's on the schedule, and they're winning.
And they got to do what they got to do.
That's right. So they're averaging 42.5 points a game.
Yeah.
They're only giving up 21. I say only. I would have been pissed if my team gave up 21. But for Valley, that's great.
Yeah.
Because Valley, the last 4 years, I'd be willing to bet it was in the 40s that they were giving up.
Right.
So they've improved their defense. DeSales is only scoring 27. They're giving up 29.
Yep.
Valley's putting up some numbers.
Yeah.
Can DeSales defense stymie? Valley's going to spread. They're running a spread. They're going to run 5 wide. They're going to run jet sweeps. They're going to throw it.
Nope.
Can DeSales out-athlete Valley? I don't think they can.
Well, you got Cameron Bischoff.
I agree.
You got our guy Martin Jr.
Absolutely. But then what? Valley's got 2 dudes on receivers.
We got to see what they have in the backfield. We haven't really. We haven't really.
This is a good measuring stick to see what Valley is.
Yes, and that's exactly what was in my notes because that's what I said. You know, I mean they've been tested though. You know what I mean? North Oldham. They just beat a Lafayette team. That's
You want to know what the rushing attack is?
Yeah,
they're 144 rushing yards per game.
Okay,
Not terrible.
Not terrible.
448 passing yards a game. Now, I would love to see this in person because I don't believe that.
well,
600 yards of offense a game.
A game. And
that's like Hal Mummy type stuff.
Yeah, you're true. That's true. But you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, though. You know what I mean? You can question the talent that they've been playing. So this is their big test.
I'm going to until after this week. If DeSales goes in there and just steamrolls them, you can say, well, there you go.
Yeah.
If they beat DeSales, that's a signature win on their schedule.
Right.
This is by far the toughest game on their schedule.
By far.
The toughest game they played so far was Washington County, and Washington County beat them.
Right.
35-28, but
there you go. But they're still putting up numbers. They're still putting points up. So that's why I said I don't know that connection with Cameron and Devon. It's pretty nice, man.
It's just going to boil down to can Valley stop DeSales?
Yes.
I don't think DeSales is going to stop Valley, but can Valley stop DeSales? I think this is a shootout.
I think so too.
I think DeSales. I wrote down 48-13. I'm not going to tell you which way yet, but I think somebody's going to put some points up this game. You want my pick, or you want to go?
No, and you know what?
Go ahead, and we'll give them together.
Listen, you're averaging 42 points a game. You know what I mean? They're giving up. You know what I mean? They're allowing what?
Who, Valley?
Yeah.
Valley is allowing 21 points.
21 points. Man, I think.
But DeSales is allowing 29 points.
Yeah, and
with a much tougher competition. North Oldham.
But that's what I'm saying. They've been tested, so you can tell. You know, these guys, DeSales is going to be up for this game. That's the only reason why I think. I'll give you my pick right now. I'm going DeSales, and I'm going 28-21.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because there's going to be points scored, but I don't think there's. I think that defense is gonna be up for the test against Valley. I think there's going to be a couple picks that you throw because, like you said, that their talent level is. You know what I mean? Here's the talent they've been low. You know what I mean? The sales is up here a little bit more.
No, we're on the same page. But I'm a highway guy.
Yeah.
So Valley's on the highway.
Yeah, I know you are.
But I'm going DeSales.
Oh, let's go! You try to flip it up.
I'm thinking if DeSales scores enough, I think they'll outscore them. I think they'll outman them. I'm not sure how deep Valley is. I know they got some dudes, but how deep are they? How many kids are even on the roster?
Right.
I mean, do they go both ways? I think they do. My guy Troy, he's a Valley guy. He's going to kill me. He said they were going 8-2 before the year even started.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, I mean he's halfway home.
Ooh,
but I'm thinking DeSales, just by the simple fact that they've really played a tougher schedule. Mm-hmm. They're battle tested. I mean they lost to North Oldham and KCD. They beat Lafayette, beat Seneca. You know, Valley lost to Washington County. They beat Southern, who's Shawnee and Brett County.
Yeah,
I mean three pretty bad teams, to be honest with you.
And
they
should have beat them.
They should have beat those guys. Yeah.
But
even Valley, I mean, in the past, you're like, oh, Valley, that's going to be a good game. But they've really turned around. DeMarcus is –
got him
say what you want about DeMarcus. He knows what he's doing.
Right.
I mean, he's got these dudes ready.
Yeah.
They're talented.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. They're talented. I just think DeSales not outclasses them, but I just think DeSales – I think DeSales has got enough that I'm not sure the Valley can stop them. Don't be surprised if it's
that's what I say.
48-45. I mean, really, it could be one of those games.
And I'm pretty sure it might be. But I'm saying this might be 28-21, and I'm going DeSales. You're going DeSales.
I'm going DeSales, yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's our pick. That's game one.
Yeah.
Okay. Game two is another great game, and that's Bullitt East at Central.
We had a nice little conversation about this game earlier. Yeah. Wow. Central's 1-3. Bullitt East 4-0. Bullitt East won 13-0 last year. Central had a lot of injuries last year. He didn't have all his dudes. He's got his dudes this year. They're back.
Yeah.
I had a nice little conversation with Coach Dantzler today. They're ready. Don't get them mistaken that they're not ready. I mean, look at their schedule. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
They're 1-3, but they lost to Manual by one score. St. X probably outbodied them with the injuries they had.
Yep.
They beat the crap out of Butler, who's whatever. They lost last week to Cincinnati LaSalle 7-6. So they're no Butler. I mean, they're 1-3, but like I said at the beginning of the year, what did I say? This is one of those years where they could be 5-5 and still be the best team.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think Dantzler would appreciate being 5-5, but if they're playing well,
which they are,
they're getting better.
Which they're playing really well.
They're getting healthy. That's
the key. That's the key, and that's what that was in my notes. How healthy is Central going into this game?
They're healthy. They're 100. They're all healthy.
Bullitt East. This is going to be their Super Bowl right now. They haven't really played anybody.
They haven't played anybody.
No.
They beat Mercer County, who's probably the best team they've played so far. PRP, they beat the crap out of PRP, which is North Bullitt. At the time, we didn't know what was going on
Exactly.
there, but now they're without a coach. We'll get into that later. And they beat Bullitt Central, who Bullitt Central's bad.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
So this is the Valley effect here.
This is the best team that Bullitt East has played all year to this point. This is not the best team that Central's played all year to this point. That's what scares me about this game.
Exactly.
Bullitt East will be ready.
Yep.
But Central's going to be ready, too.
Yeah.
You want my pick? Or you want to wait?
Go ahead.
I think this is close. Has Bullitt East ever been to Central?
I don't think so.
That's a different environment.
See, because
Hey, if you go in that locker room, they turn the lights out, they do their thing, it can get to you. And they're going to.
Okay, this is my one question before you say your pick. Do they go into that tunnel, or do they stand?
Bullitt East?
Yeah, or do they
No
stand?
chance.
There's no chance. You
No
don't.
chance.
Keegan.
We did it just to be jerks.
Yeah.
Because I knew my kids could handle it. I'm not saying Bullitt East can handle it. I'm just saying, do you want to deal with that?
That's the question I want to know.
I think Keegan's smart enough that he stays away from that.
Dude, you get in that. Dude, that was my first time really, because we stayed on the field. We never even went in there. And then when I went in there and I seen how confined that place is, boy, that's got to be a wild place, boy.
It is. It's different. If you've never experienced that, it's crazy. And the thing that used to get me when Ty was there, they would pray out loud. You could hear them.
Yeah.
You know, they would all repeat after whoever. I don't think it was Ty, but it was one of the coaches. And then all hell would break loose, and they would flip the lights off and play their music. And they turn the lights back on, and both teams are right next to each other in the tunnel, going out one door, going out a little man door, not a big garage door. Yeah. So
okay, can Bullitt East keep this high-powered offense going, man? They got some dudes, man.
Well, Central's defense is a lot better than Central's only giving up 16 points a game.
Yeah, but I'm saying
they're 1-3.
You got Cole Cornell, 11 touchdowns, no picks. I know we got to check the schedule, but on these, you know what I mean. You're basically playing against air, okay? Against these teams, you can say, you know what I mean. You're putting in your offense. You're doing what you got to do. You know what I mean. You're probably not showing everything because you're up by so much in this game. So do you think Bullitt East can keep it rolling?
I changed my mind after I had a little conversation with Coach Dancer. I was picking Bullitt East.
Yeah.
I think Central wins this game.
Do you really?
I really do. I think Central sacks up this week. They're healthy, and I think they win this game. I think it's going to be close. I'm thinking 26-20, 27-20.
You think there's going to be points scored?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think there's going to be very many points.
Here's how I think it's going to go. I think Bullitt East is going to throw it a lot, and I don't think Central is going to stop them from throwing it. But I think Central's going to run the ball, and I'm not sure Bullitt East can stand up to Cortez going downhill and pounding and pounding and pounding.
Well, you got Baron Hardesty.
I agree
over there,
but one man does not make a team.
You're right, but
they're good. They're giving up. Let me look and see. They're giving up 9 points a game against that schedule, though.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game. 26-20 may be a little lofty. I think it's a one-score game.
I as well.
And I think they get one-score advantage from being at Central. They're going to have the grills going. They're going to have the fish smelling there. They're going to.
Let's go.
It's going to be packed. That place is going to be crazy. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Coach Danzler is.
I love it.
They're going to be fired up.
I love it, man. I love it. And I am going to go Bullitt East. And this is going to be a tight one. I don't even know the score, but I know it's going to be tight. But I'm going Bullitt East just because I think they got a little bit more bodies than Central 2, and maybe that defense can stop that run game and make them one-dimensional. And we'll see, man.
I picked Bullitt East, and then I changed my mind after my conversation I had with Coach Danzler.
Fire me up, Coach. Let's go, man. Dude,
this one could go either way.
No, I think it's going to be it's either Bullitt East close or Bullitt East by 2 scores. Yeah.
Hey, Cortez, Central Kids, you heard it.
Let's go, baby. Okay, well, that's our pick. I picked Bullitt East. Central. Okay, now this game, Mayo at Trinity. This is big boy. This is like a rocky final fight, right? The final boss, basically.
Yeah.
This is what?
This is a coin flip game.
This is Rocky and
Clubber Lang.
Mr. T.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Clubber Lang, yeah.
Yeah. I think this is a big boy match. Spike playing defense against St. X and really showing out. Going both ways, doing big things on that O-line and D-line. This game is crazy, man. Jamarion Berry, the running back for Trinity.
And Mayo won this game pretty good last year.
Yeah.
They won it by, what, it was 37-20. Don't think that Trinity don't remember that.
They got
this game's at Trinity.
Yeah.
They're, Trinity's 3-1, Mayo's 3-0. This one, again, has me looking at the schedule so far.
Now, are you going to go with a team that had 2 weeks to prepare? Or are you going to go with a team?
Well, and we all know Chris Wolf is the mad scientist.
Yep.
He's going to be ready. But can he overthink it sometimes with 2 weeks? Can you overthink it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chase Burton.
Chris Wolf is a genius, and he's not. They're going to be ready.
Chase Burton and Antonio Harris in the back.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of things that can happen, man.
But Trinity's going to be ready too.
Yeah, that front seven is going to be solid, man.
So Trinity's giving up 17 points a game, and Mayo scoring 43. But let's look at the schedule.
Exactly.
Mayo beat Butler 47-0. They beat Ballard 49-21, and they beat St. X in overtime 35-34. So that's, I would say one really good team, one team that's still trying to figure themselves out, and Butler doesn't. You can probably throw that one out. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah.
Trinity, on the other hand, they beat Bryan Station, which we thought would be a better game. They just kind of manhandled them.
Yep.
They beat Frederick Douglass, who there again is one of the favorites. They lost to Center Grove, who we all know who that is.
Yeah.
And then they come back and they beat Carmel, Indiana. So Trinity has the edge in the schedule so far. Let's look at their RPI to see. Trinity 7, Mayo's 5. So how does that even work? How in the world is Trinity's RPI worse than Mayo's? They get rid of the RPI.
Do you really real
totally
take? You don't like the RPI?
No.
Okay. And how would you do that? Media vote? That's another basket case.
Scary too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It has to be modified, but
something
we could do a whole show.
Yeah, a whole show on that.
But anyway, let's and we said that Trinity had the best front seven defense that
front seven
that we've seen still.
Yeah, in the city
to this point.
Yes,
I agree. Mayo's going to have something for them. I picked against Mayo last week. I thought St. X would beat them. They didn't. I picked against Trinity week 1. I said I would never pick against them again. So I'm going with Trinity. And I don't think it's going to be what you think it's going to be.
Really?
Yeah, I think Trinity flexes their muscles this week.
The Whisper.
Hey,
the Whisper's back.
No. I think Mayo is definitely. I think these two are two of the top 5 teams in the state.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the outcome of this game, and don't be surprised if either one of these teams wins the state. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I just think at Trinity, I think Trinity has a small. Regardless of what the RPI says, I think Trinity has the edge on who they've played so far. I think Chris Wolf's got 2 weeks. I think that brings it a little closer. I think Trinity wins. I think it's close.
And my take is, the kids got to get away from the game a little bit. Mayo's kids.
But they didn't. They didn't.
They didn't, but they did. They didn't play last Friday. They got to just relax and enjoy, being a kid, man. Because, during the summertime, you're busting your ass. Doing this thing 7-on-7s. But this week, he got them off their feet and just relaxed a little bit.
I'm going Trinity at home. I think the key is, can Mayo pressure Zane again, we've talked about this. Can they make him uncomfortable and do things he doesn't want to do? What does he not want to do? I mean, hell,
he can beat you with his feet already.
Right. That's right.
He just worked on that. So
but if you're Mail's defense, would you rather Zane beating you with your feet or that running attack get going for Trinity?
Barry's running.
I agree.
Barry's playing good.
Yeah.
You got Jeremy Lin that's playing really well.
I agree.
Carson Hilbert, hey, our guy. I think that's going to be a huge key in this game. I think Carson Hilbert nailing a couple, field goals from about 30, 35, and really having that weapon in their back pocket is really nice. Man, this game, I went against Trinity for the 2 picks that we had them on here, and I won't do it again. I'm saying Trinity is going to win, and I think it's going to be pretty convincingly.
I said 32-20.
I say 34-17. I think that front seven. I think they have a game plan for Antonio Harris and Chase Burton. I think it's going to be this is going to be a fun game, man. This is going to be really fun. But I'm going Trinity.
Wow.
Hey, I'm tired of eating crow, Coach. Man, hey, I took them against the both Lexington teams, and they just shoved it. They shoved my foot in the mouth.
I told you I would never go against them again.
But I'm excited for this.
This is going to be. I think this is going to be. The environment's going to be crazy.
It's going to be
Mail travels very well, so it's going to be crazy. This is going to be packed.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
Both on Trinity.
Yes. Okay, our next game, and this is my favorite team in the city, and this is DuPont Manual at South Warren.
Yeah, both 4-0, 5A versus 6A.
Yeah,
but I don't think that matters.
I don't think so either.
I think South Warren's proven themselves that they can do what they want to do.
Yep. Last year, what was the score?
38-35, Manual won at Manual.
Yeah.
Schedules are – I think Manual's got the edge on who they've played.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, they beat Central, Hardin, they beat Frederick Douglass, and they beat Eastern. South Warren beat Ballard, Henderson County, Southwestern, and Gibson Southern of, California? Didn't they go to –
No.
That was Woodford that went to
California. That was Woodford.
Ohio, it's not –
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean –
Now you say Coach Smith. You know what I mean? You say to Smith, you're not going to – you know what I mean? You got to respect the name, right? Because of what he's done. He's the state champion.
Coach Smith's a great coach.
Phenomenal
great
coach.
Coaching family.
Yeah.
This is I think this is a coin flip. I really do. I think both offenses are in the 30s. Both defenses are in the low teens. So this is really going to be a good game. I think wow. I think South Warren, I think Manual going there, that's not an easy place to play. And it's Louisville team coming to Bowling Green. We all know how that goes. It's going to be 10-0 before Manual gets off the bus.
Yep.
I think
Listen,
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there because I don't want to talk about this too much because I think this is a literal coin flip.
Do you really?
I really do. I think this one's – I checked Manual to win this game, but I'm going to flip. I think South Warren wins this game because it's at home. I think if it was at Manual, I think Manual would win. I think going down there, I think they have no chance because of where it's at. I think it's a Louisville team. I think they're going to get screwed. I think South Warren wins by 1 point.
Wow.
I think it's like 28-27, 21-20.
I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to say Manual's going to win this game. Just for the fact being that O-line, they're leaning on that O-line. They get that run game going. They're going to chew some clock. Look at it. What was it? Caden Mack. Yeah. He can use his feet to beat you. And even if it's just quick hitters, just get the ball out just to make them honest, just so they got to make sure they can't stack that box to stop the run. Oh. Trainer's a dude, man.
I'm going to keep picking against Manual because it's working pretty good for him.
That's true too.
I mean,
and I've been picking with them, baby. I'm rolling.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, this is one of my favorite teams just because of the dudes they got. It's just they got a group of dudes that
don't get South Warren's got dudes.
No, they do.
I think Manual's maybe bigger. Maybe. I think Manual wins. Manual's going to get screwed in this game. I really think that's going to happen.
No, the only thing that I got to question Coach on Eklof is the special teams. Remember, hey, we had this discussion because they were up 28-14, and he went for that fake punt with like 8 minutes to go.
But what they say, they practiced that all week.
Yes.
That was the time he wanted to do it.
Man, but it was
second guess. It didn't work.
It didn't work. But, man, I'm just like, man, you can't go down there and make that one mistake that's going to be on the coaching staff. These kids are going to play their ass off. I think this is going to be a statement game for Manual. I think they go down there, beat them by a touchdown because I believe that O-line is really, really good. We got our boy. We got our boy on there, Caden Curran. Hey, he's a dude, man. Number 63 is a stud. Man, I'm excited. They're young, so they really, you know what I mean? I don't know if the bright lights are scaring these guys, man. What they did against Frederick Douglass, they got in Frederick's head, man. If they could do that to South Warren at home, man, just play their game. Get gritty. Get nasty. That O-line is the key for the game.
I will tell you, they cannot make any mistakes this week.
No mental mistake. No coaching mistakes. No mental mistake, period.
Being on the road in a hostile environment that hates Louisville, hates everything about them, that's why I swear, I think they get screwed. I really do. I think they get some questionable calls, and I think they win.
So I'm going Manual.
I'm going South Warren.
There we go.
I don't like it, but I just think it's just the way it's going to.
This Manual's my favorite.
Hey, I would
team
trust
in the city.
me. I would love for them to go down there and roll these dudes, but whatever.
Okay.
That's why it's called picking, not winning.
Yeah, this is the pick 'em. Listen, this game, South Oldham at Oldham County.
South Oldham won 50-21 last year. I think it's pretty fair to say this is not last year's Oldham County team.
No, this is not.
Oldham County is actually number 8 in the RPI in 6A, which blew my mind. That's great. I mean, their defense is really stepped up. Yep. You know, South's in 5A. They're number 11 in the RPI. I think their schedules are pretty comparable.
Yeah, I do
don't
too.
think anything really blows air up your skirt on either one of these teams' schedules so far. I mean, South have beat North, which I thought was a surprise. And I think Oldham beating Fern Creek, though, 7-6. I thought that was a surprise.
So you're saying right now, Oldham County, that whole county is just playing good football. You know what I mean? They're 10-2. The records, if you combine them, they're 10-2. The only loss really from out of that county is from Anderson, from Ohio, from what, Cincinnati?
And they put it on them.
Yeah, and they put it on South.
We said that was probably a deceiving loss because Ohio football is just different.
Yeah.
And they really 51-6. I mean, that's a blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
And how does that translate to Kentucky football?
Yeah.
Obviously, they're 3-0 since. This game is really even stat-wise. I think Oldham's defense is probably that stat of 12 get points a game jumps off at me. And, you know, South's giving up 24, but they gave up 51 in one game. You take that game away, they're only giving up like 15 points a game, so it's pretty close.
Pretty close.
The one thing in this that jumped off the page is me is South's defense, even though they gave up 51 points, they're giving up 33 rushing yards per game. So did that Anderson team just say, screw it, we're not running the ball?
I don't know.
33 points a game.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
But
we had a cat from OC just go off last week.
And Wolf's back. Meat Mountain's back.
Wolfenbarger.
I told him,
you're
said,
back, baby.
Time to be the mountain, baby.
Yeah, yep. That's hey, welcome back. Actually, yes, sir. Welcome back.
So I'm going South Oldham in a really good game. I think they win by 1 point.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's at Oldham. I think that place is going to be rocking, but there's going to be a lot of South guys there too. So it's not. I don't think that's as big a home field advantage as.
So you said South.
I think South is going to win this game by 1.
Let's shout out our guys, man. Let's shout out our guys. Josiah Wolfenbarger.
Yeah.
Brendan Haskins, Miller Brown, Derek Dees is playing really well for QB1, man.
Yeah.
And you also have that Caleb Wilden. I don't know. He's a lineman, man, but he's a gritty cat, man. Gritty. He's over there smashing dudes, hey, pancaking them. Hey, it's gonna be great. That's just OC guys. Now let's shout out our guys over on South, man. We got Matthew Wells, our big boy, right? We got Sam Dawson, the DN. That's gonna have.
These are 2 of our favorite teams.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude,
they really are.
Hey, these
all
are
3 of the Oldham teams are really. I mean,
yes. Cole Greenwell, Ethan Arnold. The quarterback for South right now is playing really well. So and then Parker Ellis, man, we got to shout out our guys, man. This team, these 2 teams are gritty. They're phenomenal, man, and they're just good. They're just good peoples, man. Good peoples.
I agree.
And
I hated
I
hated picking this game, to be honest with you.
I seen this game and then I said, and my first thought, this is gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a war. It's gonna be whatever you can say, you know, about these 2 teams, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be absolutely war. And I mentioned like a Rocky movie earlier. You know what I mean? I think this is, you know, right now OC's Apollo Creed. You know, South is, you know what I mean? It's the underdog. It's the Rocky Balboa, man,
really?
Of this game.
South's the underdog of this game.
I think so, man.
Even though the past couple years, and you don't think that plays into it?
No, I think this is total different OC team. I think they have that in the back of their mind, man. I think OC is really circled this game.
Do you think they get too high though?
No, I think Sean Little got them dialed.
Oh, he's
in.
He's phenomenal. He's doing a phenomenal.
And that's saying, Coach Sam's. He's gonna have them guys fired up too for this. This is
Butler PRP. This
is
St. Trinity,
huge, man.
We talked about this.
And like I said, I'm scared to pick this game, man, because I like both these coaches. I like both of these teams. But man, I'm staying with the red hot Oldham County. I think they get it done. I think they have that in their back of their mind of last year what happened. You know what I mean? And it's at home. I think this is going to be a real good game. But, man, like you said, this is going to be tight. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one, man.
It's a tough week.
Oh, man. What do we do? Game of the week. Atherton or Holy Cross at Atherton. Now, we expected Holy Cross to be, you know what I mean, 4-0 going into this game.
I'm okay with where they're at.
Right. But I am too. And that's the funny thing about this game. It's a tricky game, man.
Now they have pitched 2 shutouts in a row. Mm-hmm. Against one team that's really pretty good, and the other team they probably should have shut out.
Exactly.
The one that stands out to me, let's throw the North Bullitt game out because of everything that's happened there.
Well, no, let's keep that North Bullitt game there because
that was a head scratcher to me. Not necessarily that North won that game, but the way they won that game. And Holy Cross had some injuries. Eric's not an excuse guy.
No,
but injuries happen.
Yeah.
The numbers game probably caught up to him.
Mm-hmm.
The Providence game is really – Providence is a great program. Coach McDonald's a great dude. I mean, for them to start 0-2 kind of surprised me. But like I said, remember what I said at the beginning of the year? They could be 5-5.
Right, exactly.
6-4.
Yeah. But my expectations for that team, you know what I mean, really getting to know those kids, right, and friend of the podcast, Coach Eric, dude, and then the standard that he holds himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's probably upset. You know what I mean?
He expects to win this game.
Yeah, he expects.
He doesn't care who he
He
plays.
expected to win. He expected to beat North. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But stuff happens, man. And
this game is a tricky game. Let's be honest. Atherton should win this game.
they got the dudes.
They've got the dudes. They're not playing up to their standards right yet.
Yeah, and I was going to ask
And
you,
Woodford blew their doors off.
Listen, how did you perceive them last week when you actually seen them live, though? Because we never really seen them live.
They're not as good as they were last year at this point. They've got some things to work on.
So it's a mental game for them.
I think it is. I hate to say this, but I think it's a me, not we with a lot of those dudes right now because they think they're good, and they are. They're good.
Yeah.
They think they're good,
Yeah.
and that can weigh on you. I mean, let's be honest. They knew that Woodford County was probably the best game on their schedule.
Right.
Now it looks like maybe Oldham County, that game's going to be huge. But, barring the Oldham County game, Atherton should win every game on their schedule the rest of the way.
Right.
That game's going to be a war. I just don't think they're there yet. They're going to win. They'll be 8-2 at the worst, 9-1. I mean, let's be honest. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
Nino was strutting up and down the sideline. He was not happy. They got some things to work out, but it's week 5.
Week 5.
So
yeah,
everybody's got stuff to work out.
Yeah.
I think they win this game. I think Atherton wins this game. I think Atherton is supposed to win this game.
Yep.
I think if everybody's honest, everybody's even, that Atherton's a better football team at this point.
Right.
I mean, it's 5A versus 1A, so the 5A team should win.
Exactly.
I think it's closer than you think. I think this is a one-score game. I really do. I think Holy Cross is one of the grittiest, hard-working lunch pail teams that I've ever seen year after year after year. And it's Coach Dick, it's Coach Cerati, it's Coach Whittingham, it's that whole staff.
Yeah.
They're lunch pail guys.
Yeah.
And I think they keep this game close just because I think Atherton comes in this game like, we're going to beat these dudes there. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I could be totally wrong. I've been wrong before.
Yeah.
But I think this is a close game. I think this is a one-score game. I really do. I think Atherton has some stuff to work out. I hope that they're going to work it out. Come playoff time, they have to.
Yeah.
But I think this is one of those games that
A head scratcher a little bit.
it's a head scratcher. And like I said, all things considered, they should win this game.
Yeah.
I think it's a one-score game. I'll take Atherton. I think it's closer than you might expect.
Yeah, and I also do agree with you. I totally respect Holy Cross when we play them. I know we're in for a fight no matter what. If you're 1A, 4A, 5, you know what I mean. You're gonna feel them when they leave. You're gonna be like, wow, we just played a really tough team, and I think that's what it is. And I think this is just, you know what I mean. They're feeling themselves two straight wins, 2 shutouts, and I think they're, you know what I mean. They're believing, but then they also know, hey, we got this Atherton mountain that we're gonna try to climb this week.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say they're not expecting a shutout against Atherton.
No. Michael Curry is just way too good. Now they got Quayshawn Thompson back, so he can hit you with his feet. You got Jeremiah Parker on defense. You got.
Is he back? I don't know. Is he?
I think he is.
I think he is too, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, and and that was a lot of the questions mark too when they went over to Woodford County. They had that question of Quayshawn now.
But you know what? That's the best thing that ever happened to the backup kid because he got some quality reps.
Right.
If anything ever happens again, he's going to be ready.
Yeah, but I did put Atherton has dudes. They got the Briscoe boys. They got Aiden Wilson. They got the Baines kid. They're just stacked at each level in that defense, and it's going to be tough. I think this game's going to be close to the 4th, and then Atherton's just going to Atherton and just do what they do. But I am going Atherton as well. So, yeah, that's our pick 6 games. This is the interesting take. Now we're getting into our extra points, our alumni picks. Coach and myself, our teams are playing against each other, and that's Doss at Western.
Thursday night,
6 o'clock kickoff. So it's an early game. What are you going to say about? I'm just going to say I'm going Doss.
Oh, I think no question, Doss wins this game. I mean, Westerns, they're only scoring 3 points a game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you need to say any more about that. I think Doss. Like there again, I had a nice conversation with Paul. I think they were happy, not happy that they lost, but I think they're happy with the direction it's going.
Yes.
I think last year this score may shock you, but Western won 24-2. And Paul's got receipts. Yes. Paul has kept all his receipts.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a thrashing.
I
think Doss is pissed at the world right now. And I think they're pissed at Western just because of
and I'm going to say one thing. You know what I mean, to that Doss team. You know what I mean? You got one game to grow. And this is your district play now. This is where you got to grow up, man. This is where you guys got to be turn into, men to boys. You know what I mean? No fighting, no talking. Just go in and do your business and handle it. But don't do anything to have them dumb penalties. You know what I mean? Act like you've been there before. That's my message to Doss. Act like you've been there before, because every negative thing that happens to you, this is district. It will affect you in the end game.
I think they received the message loud and clear this week at practice.
Yeah.
I think this one's going to get out of hand pretty quick. I think Doss is going to roll this game. I really do. I mean, poor Western. I kind of feel sorry for them because they just don't have the bodies.
They don't have bodies.
I think Doss rights the ship. Like I said, win your district, and you host 2 games.
Yep.
Come in second, you host 1. I think this is the first step that they have to win this game.
Yep.
And I think it is what it is. I think Doss wins pretty good.
Yeah, and it's the only reason why I say that message, because I've never ever got to tell that message to our teams that I coached with when I was there, and it was so frustrating because we would do so good, and then we do one negative thing in the game, and it would set us back the whole entire rest of the game.
Well, that hurt. That's what hurt Doss last week.
Right.
And I'm not saying any names, but I know who it was, and they paid the price this week.
Right.
And it cost them. It cost them 4 or 5 plays where they gave Atherton a short field. They actually gave them the ball, and then they had a stop. They had a huge stop on 3rd down, and Atherton would have had to punt from like their 40. They would have punted because it would have been like 4th and 15. They had a 15-yard penalty. Gave Atherton a first down.
See, it's just the little things.
But
little things matter, and this is where you grow up.
They kept the receipts, and they paid the price this week. Their bill came in, and they paid it, which, like we said, was a culture change. They paid the dues.
Yep.
Paul's also got the receipts from last year. He talked about it. When you went out there, he talked about it. I've got receipts. This is one of the receipts that he's wanting to collect on.
There you go. Yeah. And the chopper, Dakota's, he has a tough one, man, this week. In Franklin County at Spencer County, he actually picked Franklin County to win this game. Man, you got to.
I think you have.
You got to respect him for that. You know what I mean?
Franklin County in that game.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if Spencer wins that game, though.
Well, don't, and it's going to be
like
close.
Like I said earlier,
it's going to be close,
if
man.
Spencer's rolling and doing their offense, they're hard to stop.
Yep.
Franklin's got some dudes, but don't be surprised. I'm not saying Spencer's going to win this game, but it would not shock me if they did.
Yeah. So there you go. That's our pick 6 for week 5. Phenomenal episode. Hope you guys are enjoying, but make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Put your your pick 6 picks in the comment section below and see how you're doing.
Can I change a couple?
Hey, no. Todd, hey, Delcourt, hey, he's 11-11 right now, so he's 500, so he's close. So keep putting your picks down there. Hey, and join them and see and actually put your alumni team, if you're from the city, put your alumni team in there.
Todd's from PRP, so he don't want to pick that game.
But yeah, just hope you guys are enjoying it.
Easier.
No, it's not.
We've had 6 really good games every week.
Yeah.
I mean, even the turds that we thought were ended up being, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't get any easier.
So, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it. But like I said, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. We're almost at our 500 subscriber goal, man. Just hey, hit the subscribe button, please.
Give it to us.
Yes. Man, like we always say, everyone has a story.
We're here for them to tell it.
Cleats to Whistle podcast. Good one.
It's not getting any easier.